Hi, I'm Moriah Taliaferro with Living in Sarasota Luxury.
And I'm Valerie Green.
And we're going to explore downtown Sarasota so you can know what it's like to live here. Let's go.
'Cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way.
One of the awesome amenities of living downtown, and part of the reason so many people actually want to live downtown in Sarasota County, is all of the arts and culture that we get to experience. So for instance, we have the Sarasota Opera House, which is right behind us here. As the name implies, they have many great operas. A lot of philanthropic organizations will actually hold galas there, but it's really nice to have that right outside your front door. There's tons of other theaters. For instance, Florida Studio Theater, which is right down the street here, is another awesome theater. They have many different plays. Every Saturday they have improv. And then we're also gonna go talk to Brendan, who is the artistic director for Urbanite Theater, which is an awesome black box theater, super entertaining, and probably my favorite theater downtown.
All right, so one of the perks of living downtown is how close everything is and how walkable this lifestyle truly is. So we have plenty of public parking, we have parking garages as well, and we have these VO scooters here that you saw us on earlier. In addition, we also have the Bay Runner that takes you from the eastern part of downtown all the way out to the Keys as well. So it's really great if you don't want to worry about traveling over the bridge to get to, you know, the Keys and then figure out where to park. So
Yeah,
I love
no
it.
traffic, no parking. So great.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks, Valerie. So we're here in front of one of my favorite restaurants, State Street Eating House, and we're actually with the owner, Chris Volker. So Chris, you have been here now how long in Sarasota?
The restaurant in Sarasota, I've been here for about a little over 20 years.
Oh, wow,
actually.
okay.
Yeah, a long time, yeah.
A very long time. What about the restaurant? You opened this in?
10 years ago.
Wow,
Okay.
awesome. And 10 years ago, downtown looked very different than it does now. Can you kind of like paint that picture?
It was super different. That beautiful parking garage that's across from us was not here. It was just an old asphalt
Wow.
parking lot. So everything that you see that's really lovely there didn't exist then. And the gallery though was here.
Okay.
And we bought these properties, and I wondered why we bought them when I talked to my husband, but we bought them.
Thank goodness
And
you did.
and I'm really happy that we did now. But you know, that was then, and now it's just, in my mind, it's really the prettiest street in town. It
it's
really is
so
a pretty
gorgeous.
street. Yeah.
And I'm curious, what made you get into the restaurant business? Have you always been in that industry?
No, I never wanted to be in the restaurant business. Was not a thing like, oh, I really want to do this someday. No, not at all.
Okay.
So it just happened that was 2008, and the last tenant we had here shuttered, and so I said to my husband, why don't I do something?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to get paid rent, right?
Right.
So I'll do something. And I mean, at that time, it was going to be a little sandwich shop.
Wow.
I'm from LA, and there were a lot of really cool artisan sandwich shops. We would go in for lunch with these beautiful things, and that's what I had in my mind initially.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it turned
And then it
into...
turned, as I talked, you know how it is, you start talking, well, maybe we'll do this, maybe we'll do that. So it ended up a restaurant, and then when that became super popular, we didn't have room to hold people
Wow.
coming in, because it's kind of a small entrance.
Yeah.
And so the lounge
Such a
came
cool
to being.
lounge.
Well, and people had said to me, why don't you just, you know, you guys are so busy, just blow through the wall and make a big restaurant.
Yeah.
But I never wanted that. I always
Okay.
wanted a smaller place that has its own kind of coziness.
Yeah.
And then for the lounge to have its own identity.
It's so neat. And
It definitely does too.
It
Yeah.
definitely has its own identity. I remember when the lounge first opened up, like, and it still is the spot. Like the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time going in there, I was like, "This is so cool! Like, this is Sarasota now. Like, we've come a long way." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it still has stayed so current, so trendy,
Yeah.
and it's has amazing cocktails, and the food here is phenomenal.
No one had actually handcrafted cocktails until we brought them into town.
You were the trendsetter.
We hired people from out of town.
It's very LA of you, actually.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. So tell us more about like State Street, what someone could expect to experience when they're here.
The thing is, it's a really elegant looking street. Has some really elegant places, starting with Dimmitt Automotive, where you can get your favorite car for only a couple $100,000.
Exactly.
So that's a beautiful showroom with exotic cars. We have a great home decor place, Gail Carlson, who's amazing, and her stuff is beautiful.
Awesome.
You know, then we've got for other tastes, you have Bricks, which is great barbecue, and Rice and Knives, which is a very special place.
Yes. Tell us more about that if you could.
All right. Sergeant Shriver is the guy who put it together, part of the Shriver family, the Kennedys, and they've always been involved in healthcare and that kind of thing. So continuing with that, they opened Rise and Knives, and the ice cream store and a lot of the stuff that's made there and served there is by people on the spectrum.
Awesome.
So they have great support from the community, and everybody just loves them, and the product is good. So
it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's
really
such
great.
a really wonderful experience going in there. It's such a warmth.
Isn't
and the
it?
customer
Yeah.
service is amazing.
You
It's
get
just
hugs right away.
You get
adorable,
hugs.
right? Yeah,
So
they're adorable.
It really
Yeah.
is a unique thing to
It
have.
is, yeah. So just up this, State Street is just one block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
one
amazing,
block.
and there's so much
I know.
packed in here.
It's just one block, but it's chock full of great stuff. Over here, I mentioned the gallery.
Yes.
Beautiful
gallery.
I'm probably partial, but I really think it's the most beautiful
Yes.
contemporary art gallery.
Definitely that we have. I
She
agree.
just has great taste, and I don't know how long Trey has been in business here. I know it's longer than I've been here, so she's been there for quite a while.
Okay.
And so that's really maintained.
Okay.
I think people just recognize she has a very unique
She does. Beautiful
stuff.
selection
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah, really.
Bright colors, but then also just
Yeah.
really unique pieces.
And a lot of depth. There's
yes,
a lot.
A lot
Yeah,
of depth.
so,
That's so true. So tell us what's going over there.
Over there,
Yeah, what do you
right
have
down
going
that
on?
street
Why don't
there.
we actually
It's
walk
my
over there?
new restaurant, which is a tapas. It's going to be a tapas bar.
Cool.
And
That's so exciting.
you know what? I think food is social.
Yeah.
And especially when you have small plates and that whole feeling of tapas,
Yes.
you know, you share. Everybody wants to take a bite of everything,
oh,
right?
definitely. That's
So
my type
That's
of
my
item.
favorite
Yeah.
place. So can I have some of yours and some of yours?
Yeah.
So that's really what we're going for
Okay.
here. In terms of the decor, I was really inspired by a trip to Tulum.
Ooh, I was recently there.
Were you?
So much
Was that
fun.
great?
So
Yeah. So I'm like, I love all the greenery. And
Oh, I'm so excited.
All that. So it's very much, in fact, our designer is from Cancun.
Oh my gosh, this is so
So
exciting.
she's got that whole vibe going on.
Yeah.
So that's what it's going to be like. Don't think we're going to open until April.
Okay, but still, that's right around the corner.
It is
Yeah,
right
that'll
around the
be
corner,
here before
actually.
we know it.
Yeah.
So by the time you're watching this video, you can book your trip and
This
go
is
over
true.
to
Yeah,
and the
you'll
name
see
is
us.
Besos? Is that
Beso,
right?
yeah.
Love
means
it.
love. It's kiss, actually.
Love it.
Literally. Yeah. So that hopefully will open soon.
Very cool. And what else can we kind of expect in that building called the Mark, like
The
that
Mark,
breezeway area?
yeah. Well, there is a beautiful jewelry store called North Star Jewelry. She has very high-end, gorgeous things.
Lovely.
And it's a beautiful store, too. She's done a beautiful job of decorating it.
Okay.
And then there's also, now Book One is open, which was a fan favorite
Totally.
in downtown Sarasota. Everybody
Definitely
went there.
Staple of Sarasota.
Yeah, really a staple. So they moved from Palm Avenue over to Under the Mark. And it's a 2-level store. It's really beautiful.
Very cool. Great selection of books for those
Yeah, it
readers
is.
out
Yes, yes. And going in will be kind of a Soul Cycle places going in.
Okay.
There's Anna Molinari, another
Oh, yes,
staple
great.
on the
Definitely.
Sarasota scene.
Beautiful
is
boutique and
moving
salon.
her salon and studio there.
Okay.
They're just breaking ground right now, so
Okay.
they're on their way, and
Okay.
she does amazing stuff and always has really interesting clothing concepts too.
Definitely. Very unique
So
style.
that's going in there. An art gallery, Jason is going in there. There's a lot going in that little hut. It's like a little beehive.
It is like a little beehive.
It
I love
is,
it. And
it is.
when your restaurant is there, I think it's going to add a whole new energy to this area too.
Yeah.
I mean, you have so much energy
Yeah.
on the end
Yes.
where your restaurant is.
Right. It'll
here,
be coming over here for
it's
sure.
so great.
Yeah.
And then with Boca up there, and then Main Street, like we're just one block away from Main Street. It just
Right.
really blends
It
all
does.
together.
It does. It does. There's
That's so
down the street on
exciting.
this side a very high-end, really cool designer glass place.
Ooh,
Fatima
great.
Moon
Ooh, okay.
is there, and then also another Sarasota staple is a jewelry store owned by, I'm trying to think of her name, Maureen Holt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So everybody's heard about Gary Holt.
Yes,
He's architecture,
absolutely.
but it's his wife. She's an artist, and
Oh,
she has beautiful
cool.
jewelry in there. So it's moving some of the energy this way.
Yes,
But really, the whole city is kind of going out. So that's
It
all
is.
part of it, really.
Speaking of which, let's kind of talk now. We're going to jump over to Burns Court, because
Yeah.
that's like a stone throw away
It's
from
right
here.
down the block.
What? Tell us about Burns Court. How would you paint that picture?
Burns Court to me is kind of like an indie place.
Yes.
It's has little cool places, little vegan coffee shop.
Yeah, so
It's
cute.
got somebody who's been there a long time and is a good friend of mine, Leanne Swart,
Uh-huh.
El Boutique
Yes.
and El Spa, that are beautiful places with fabulous clothes. And then there's all these other little places coming in. Cool little indie dress shops.
So fun.
I've already been shopping there, so
Yeah, I
I've
love
already
it.
hit those, yeah. And Gail Carson that I just talked to you about, that has this store here on State Street, is expanding, and it has expanded down there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just expanding her offerings, and it's beautiful. Her store is amazing.
That's so lovely.
So there's a whole lot. There's a lot of little places where you could like just scrounge around, look
Yeah.
around, and hit cool little places.
That's so true. And for those like health nuts, if you want to go to like a sweat lodge, they have Purify over there.
do.
There's yoga. There's a new fitness studio there as well.
That's
I
right.
can't remember the name of it. And then you can hop over and get a juice at the name Summer Tap. So
Yeah,
like there's
and
just,
that's got rave reviews.
yeah, so
yeah,
good.
really
Good.
popular.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. So
Yeah.
it's like when I'm having a healthy Saturday morning, I go to the farmer's market right here on State Street actually, and then hop over there and get my juice, have my workout.
You're good
This
to go.
isn't a perfect world. This doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going down this way. Again, that's consistent with just us getting bigger, and
Yes.
we have more to offer every week, every day.
Totally.
It seems like,
it's
yeah.
so cool. It's so cool. Now, let's talk a bit about the DID. What is the DID? What? Tell us about that.
Okay, the DID. The DID that stands for the Downtown Improvement District. It is a group that was formed in 2008.
Okay.
And by a group of commercial property
Okay.
owners.
Cool.
And they are a self-tax zone, meaning that they all agreed to pay extra money,
Got
more
it.
taxes,
Okay.
if that money could be used by a responsible board to
Okay.
affect changes in that area,
Cool.
within the DID district.
Okay.
So it's not an advisory board, it's a self-governing board, and there's a significant difference on that.
Okay.
So they make the decisions representing all the commercial property owners, what they think would best make the
Okay.
system, and it's continued since 2008.
Okay, so
Yeah.
real quick question. Do those taxes that are set aside for DID projects,
Yes.
are those paid just by business owners, or are they also paid by residents as well?
It is not paid, they're not paid
Okay.
by residents.
Okay,
It's
so
only
it's just
commercial
business.
business owners.
Oh wow! I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
realize that. Very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
So, as a resident, you get to enjoy the beautification that
Right.
the DID does
Well,
without actually having to
Yeah,
pay
like
for it.
those little beautiful flowers
Yeah.
there.
The boxes are
Yeah. The Downtown
gorgeous.
Improvement District pays for those.
Oh wow!
And for the maintenance of them. So
Nice.
that's one
That's
thing
such
they
a
thought would
nice
look
touch.
pretty. At night, you'll see lots of pretty lights on all the
Yes,
trees.
yeah.
That's also
That's
from
also
the
the
downtown.
DID.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. And what kind of projects is the city talking about for downtown, and maybe the DID as well, that you might
Well,
be able to
the
share?
big one is going to be a cityscape down Main Street. So,
so
the
cool.
vision is it will look something like this, like Lemon
Okay.
Avenue.
With no
With
curbs.
no
anything,
curbs,
all
yeah,
brick.
all mainly pedestrian.
love that.
So that's going to be gorgeous, and that is probably a couple of years away. They're always varying ideas on when exactly we'll break ground,
Okay.
but it's not an if; it's just a kind
Yeah.
of when.
Okay.
And like everything else, if it's good, it's good to wait for good things. So,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, so it is
100%.
coming. It'll
Okay.
change the whole feel of Main Street.
Absolutely. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
so great. It'll make it feel like a Lemon Avenue State Street.
Exactly.
Which is
Exactly. Yeah,
the-
it's going to
the
look just
prime
like
area
this.
to be.
That's
So,
right.
Well, talking about Main Street,
Yeah.
what do you like to do on Main Street? What are your favorite spots?
Well, That's like asking me my favorite children.
That's a good point.
I don't have that answer. There's a lot on Main Street, though. I mean, quickly you see a lot of restaurants.
Yes.
Bars, fun places to be, energy that goes with those kinds of places. There's retail, there's great mercantiles, actually. The mercantile store,
I love
and
that
also
one.
Dana Tyler is there now, and
Beautiful.
she's an old friend of mine, so it's really cool to see her back in this town. And clothing, you have everything.
Yeah.
You really have national brands.
Yes.
And
that's a good point.
you
With
do.
Eileen Fisher and everything.
Eileen Fisher, and as well as sort of more boho, more independent stores. Blue Mercury, I always have to go there.
So good.
Stop there all the time.
Yeah.
They're really great there. In fact, inside tip.
Okay.
They'll do your makeup if you were going to an event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just go in and they'll do your whole face.
That's what we're going to do the next video. We're going to have them do our makeup.
Yeah, they will. They're fabulous. They really are. Yeah.
That's so good. I love it. The more you think about it, the more there's really no reason to ever leave downtown. You have the shopping, you have the dining, you have the bars and restaurants. I mean, if we get into the nitty gritty, we can talk about the cobblers, the tailors that are around here, the dry cleaning.
Right.
So like,
it's all the services.
All the
services. This is where you walk down and you are.
Exactly. That's pretty much what I tell people. I'm like, my life is a triangle. I work here, I live here, and then my playtime is here, and it's all within a 1 mile radius pretty much. So it's really awesome.
But there's enough. There's enough that you can do all that. There's movies. You can go to the movies. I mean, there's everything. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and then the arts and culture, which we're going to talk to Brendan about. So it's so exciting.
A boatload of in the restaurant. I meet people every night. I talk to people all the time, and I'm always talking about the arts and crafts and how there's also. Do you like to golf? Because we got golf. You like fishing? We got fishing.
We got all that.
You like shopping? We got shopping. You love the arts? We have for a small town. We're talking.
We have it all.
An opera company, a ballet company, an orchestra, a world-class theater in the Oslo, plus cool theaters like the Urbanite. So we got it all.
We have it all, and it's no wonder people want to keep it
exactly.
Here, right?
Yes,
no wonder you are watching.
That's right. Good choice.
Very, very good choice. Well, Chris, you're just such a wealth of information, and I just love your vibe and your spirit about you, and we're so lucky to have
Thank you guys
entrepreneurial women like you here in the
this is
downtown.
girls' corner over here anyway.
I know. As you were saying, I was like, okay, female.
It's
Love
like
it.
That little girl power thing, going on.
I love it. Well, this has been so awesome. Was there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I think that's that really captures. I think you could spend hours and days and months talking about the beauty of Sarasota, but here we are. I think we've got a lot of it.
We have it all. It's awesome. And I can't wait for Beso.
I know, I can't either.
It's going to be so awesome. Oh yeah, I think that'll be my new spot for sure.
It'll be cool. Yeah, we're doing some really cool Amaros. We're doing some.
Okay.
There's. I was captivated. We went on a trip to New York and we went into a little Amaro bar, and it was like the size of a closet. But it was, like a lot of those places.
Like hole in the wall.
They're aperitifs, But they take them to an art with cocktails that they're using them, and that doesn't exist here right now. So we're bringing it. Yeah.
That's exciting.
This is so
cool. It'll be fun.
Thank you for bringing it. It's people like you that make our downtown so awesome.
Thank you.
Where are we? We are at Urbanite Theater, and I'm here with the artistic director of Urbanite, Brendan Reagan.
Hi.
This is so great to be here, and I feel very official being on stage.
Yeah, you're on stage, so do you know your lines?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, we'll work on it.
We are just off the cuff here. But so, what is Urbanite, and where are we? So let's start with that. Where are we?
We're in downtown Sarasota. We're right across the street from Whole Foods. We're on a very recognizable street, and we're just tucked away in the back. So not a lot of people know where we are, but we're right downtown. And Urbanite Theater is a professional black box theater. You might ask yourself, what is a black box?
What is that?
So a traditional theater, what we usually call a proscenium, has fixed seats, and they go up in a row, and everyone's kind of facing the same direction.
Yes, very official.
As you can see in Urbanite, right now our audience is in an L shape, and we're in kind of a corner space. So we radically transform the space in here every time we have a different show, so that we fit the seating arrangement and the environment to whatever the show needs.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so I always tell people you'll get your true Urbanite Theater experience when you come to your second show, because then you'll say, oh, it's totally different than the last time. Because we like to have a slightly more immersive, closer, intimate experience. As you can see, if you are a performer on stage right now, you are, 5 feet away from your audience.
Ooh.
So that just offers
Very
a different level. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of that immersive feeling.
Yeah.
It's a different level of intimacy than most theaters. So that's what we offer.
It's so neat. And also the actual productions that you offer are very different from what you're going to get pretty much anywhere in Sarasota and probably a lot of the United States. So tell us about those.
Sure. So I like to say that we're theater for an HBO fan.
Oh,
so
I'm an HBO fan.
Right? So if you don't mind a little more provocative content, challenging themes, you're going to like the content here at Urbanite Theater. So we do exclusively contemporary plays. Everything that we produce has been written in the last 5 years.
Awesome.
So
it's
usually,
very current.
it's current, it's relevant, it's either socially or politically important. We like to start conversations here. I like to joke that the second or the third act of the play happens in the car ride home. Because you'll be discourse, you'll be talking about what is happening on stage and whether you know anyone like that, or if it addresses a theme that's important to you. So this is the place that people come when they really want that thought-provoking material.
That's awesome. So who are your patrons? And if someone's watching this, how are they going to know if they're going to like your stuff?
Oh, you just got to come.
You just got to come.
You just got to come and take a risk, because this is theater for an adventurous, theater-going crowd. Our folks, we have a lot of people who lived in New York or Chicago or larger cities around the country, and they were going to arts and culture throughout their lives, and they don't mind taking a risk. We're not going to do anything weird that you're not going to understand, but like I said, maybe there's some adult language, maybe there's some content that's a little bit provocative. And if you are okay with that, and most of the stuff we see on TV is like that these days, then you're really going to like Urbanite Theater. A lot of people live downtown and they walk. They say, please never leave this spot, because we love walking from a building just a few blocks away.
Totally.
We got 99 bottles right around the corner.
Yeah, it's so great. So you go there afterward.
That's right. You can grab a drink right afterwards and you're right downtown. So
that's awesome.
Our audience, I think, loves to take a risk. They trust us that we know that, we're not gonna scare them too much, but we do like them a little challenged.
Yes, I like that. So what's the history of Urbanite? How long have you guys been here, and why did you and Summer, your co-artistic director, start this theater?
So, Summer and I met at the FSU Oslo Conservatory, so we were working at Oslo Rep. And eventually, long story short, we realized that in this thriving cultural landscape that's here in Sarasota, there wasn't anyone producing the black box, contemporary, more provocative work. So we felt like, wow, there's this niche to fill. So we opened exclusively to fill that niche. And it worked really well, because we thought we might have to train our audience on they might like run us out of town. And when we opened, they were like, "What took you so long? We've been waiting for theater just like this." So we opened in let's see here, it was 2015. So we're in our 9th season right now.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
Thank you. And we came back here exclusively because the cultural scene in Sarasota, not only do people go to the arts all the time here, they love to support the arts too. So it was part of that reason that we decided to be here.
That's awesome. And it's a great compliment to the symphony, the orchestra, the ballet, the countless museums. And how many other theaters do we have that I'm forgetting?
So we have 4 professional theaters in Sarasota. We're just one of 4. And there's some pretty good community theater and semi-professional theater as well.
Definitely.
And you'd think that would be bad competition, but it's actually good. The more art we get, the more people are going.
Definitely.
So we're right down the street from Florida Studio Theater. It's a short walk to West Coast Black Theater. And all of those 3 theaters, us downtown, they all provide completely different fare. So we're friendly with each other. We're trading secrets all the time. We all use kind of the same industry folks, right? Because we're all producing very different things, and between the 3 of us downtown, you can get a huge variety of shows in your calendar each year.
That's awesome. Oh, I love it. I can't wait to come back and see another show. The one I saw was so awesome and had a really great message to it. So you must check out Urbanite Theater. Thank you so much, Brendan.
Of course.
This has been great.
Thanks for giving these folks a peek inside the black box.
Yes, my pleasure.
So we are over here at Molly's Pub with Mike Evanoff, who is the owner of this establishment, as well as Evies next door, and another one.
Yeah, on Bee Ridge too.
On
Yep,
Bee Ridge,
Evies
yeah.
on Bee Ridge, yep.
It's very awesome.
Very nice.
Yep, and we also have about 10 other locations as well,
Oh, I didn't know that.
locally. Brady's,
Brady's.
we have Evies in Ellington, we have Spanish Point Tiki, we have the Point Restaurant, we have Evies on the Run, Spa
yeah, I've seen
Hollywood,
those.
we have,
Hollywood too.
yep,
I had no idea.
Evies Car Wash, Evies Golf Center,
Yeah.
Evies Tavern on Bee Ridge.
A nice assortment.
So, yes, we are busy. Yep.
You are very, very,
Very
busy,
busy.
man. Well,
Yep.
thank you for making the time.
Yeah. So how long has Molly's Pub been open now?
Molly's Pub's been open for about almost a year. March 17th we opened last St. Patty's Day, so
Nice.
this St. Patty's Day will be a year. And we are doing a block party out front. Molly's is hosting it. So we'll have the front street closed down here. In front of the
Street, yeah,
Main
for
Street,
anyone who
in front,
doesn't
then
know.
cuts down in front of Gator Club, and then we'll be doing some great events over on State Street as well. One of the charities is Adventure for All, which is helping kids with some special needs, and we're doing a truck pull with Ford. Ford is one of our #1 sponsors for that as well. So we're excited for this year's St. Patty's Day Little Festival. So it should be nice.
Love it. Very
exciting.
Yeah.
And the inspiration behind the name of Molly's Pub was from your mother, correct?
Yes. Yep. My mom's maiden name is Molly Malone, and it's always been about Evies and other things. So we thought this would be a great
Tribute to that.
tribute to her
Yeah.
and to this. And she's was here last year when we opened up. We surprised her. She didn't know that we were even opening it, so it was nice. She
that's
was very
really
surprised.
cool.
Yeah.
Aw,
And
you're
peop-
#1 son
yeah,
over
right.
here.
I was that week at least. So. But it's been a great addition to downtown Sarasota.
Yeah.
So-
And you have some prime real estate here on Main Street.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
excellent.
Yeah, right in the
Lot
heart of the area between Evies, ourselves, Cascanale next door, Gator Club, Smoking Joe's Brewster's, State Street on the other side. It's a really good little niche of bars and restaurants.
Yeah. So would you say that's kind of like this is right now the epicenter of the nightlife scene of Sarasota?
Yeah, I
Cool.
mean, people like to congregate into one area, park one
Yeah,
time. They don't have to
right.
really
You don't have to
worry
go too
about
far.
moving too far. There is, the other side of Main Street and down a little further, so
Yeah.
you can walk pretty much anywhere on Main Street, which is nice. And there's a variety of different types of places to eat, different types of food and drinks, and more loungy to more high energy, so it's nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've been in Sarasota since 1997. So I moved from Massachusetts, Atlanta, then down to here. So yeah, time flies. Almost 25 years, I think, this year.
Wow.
So
And how long has Evies been here now?
it's been here for about 8 years.
Okay.
Next door, give or take.
Wow. So you've seen a big change.
Big change. Yep. Yep.
change.
As you guys can see, the change. We had the bowling alley in here for about 6 or 7 years, roughly, and
This is awesome.
this big change we made has been just a great addition. Not that the bowling lane was good for it, did its job for a period of time, but it was
Sure.
time for a change.
Of course.
I moved to Sarasota. My parents were living in Jacksonville at the time,
Okay.
and my mom wanted to be a little bit somewhere was a little closer. I was in Atlanta, working up there, and they were looking down here. My dad and I went into business over at the driving range on Bee Ridge Road, and that was in '97.
Wow.
I just graduated college. Tried to play a little hockey after college and so
Okay.
forth, and I moved down, and they moved down about 2 years later. So
Cool.
yeah, it was good.
That's awesome. So are
Yeah.
you the golfer of the family, or
My mom golfs, my dad golfs.
Okay.
I do golf.
you do golf?
So,
Okay.
yes,
I was
I
gonna
do.
say there's plenty of little golfing.
Yeah, no, those are my mom's hole ones.
Oh wow.
She has 4 and I have 0.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for
So,
her. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good
It's pretty
for
good.
her.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, I know with the Evies too, there's a lot of that golf theme with the
Yep.
putting area and everything. So that's cool.
Yeah. But no, Sarasota's great. Downtown Sarasota's really nice. It's really getting more populated, as we know. There's a lot of hotels and nightlife coming. We're already here as well, so it is it's just nice to come down here. It's a
Speaking
destination.
of, what are the hours for this place? So everyone who doesn't know, they know where to come when it's the
Yes.
late night weekend.
Well, next door we open 11 to midnight, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday till 2 a.m.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
and we open at 4 o'clock here, and then noon on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays over here till 2 in the morning. So,
Very cool.
yeah. So we are open till 2 in the morning on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. So it's great. We have live music here Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and then we have a DJ on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights as well. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's good. And we also had the soccer on for the World Cup.
Okay.
So we brought in a great crowd for that.
I bet.
It was really nice. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we apparently aren't the late nighters, but we're asking
No,
you your
I know.
hours.
No, I understand.
Yeah, I'm in bed
should
by
know
like 9. But very cool. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Mike, for
Okay,
joining
good.
us on this and showcasing your beautiful
Thank you.
establishment here. I mean, you've been here a long time,
Yeah.
and I think everybody knows Evies, but the awesome thing is you have this beautiful hub here.
Yep, nice
Yeah.
addition. It came out good.
Very, very nice addition.
Yeah.
So thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
for
it.
tuning in. So we've taken a full tour of downtown Sarasota, and now we're on what I think is one of the best streets, Palm Avenue. I'm here with Eileen Hampshire. She is a downtown advocate, but the owner of Art to Walk On, as well as the founder of DSA, which is the Downtown Sarasota Alliance, and many other organizations that have really brought so much more community to Sarasota, and we're so grateful to have you. And the reason I wanted to have Eileen here is because she's been a resident of Sarasota for how many years now?
Oh, about 29, 30 years.
Amazing. So you've
Yeah.
seen so many changes, and I think being the fact that you've been on Palm Avenue now for almost 20 years, you can really tell us what was Palm Avenue before and maybe kind of where it's going.
Well, I hate to say that I was kind of there for the decline because apparently years ago people used to turn up in Rolls Royces. And,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the street for antiques and furniture and art art dealers. And so it's changed a little. But, you know, if you're not growing, you're dying. So
It's true.
It's a good thing. So we've had some interesting times in the time I've been here. I came right around the time that they were building the 1350 Main. And it was on a parking lot. So that was a huge addition. That's quite an enormous building. And although it didn't work out quite the way we thought, it has been a great addition to downtown with
Definitely.
the bringing residents. And that's the key thing. When people go live in town, they go walking at night, and
Yeah.
you have quite a lot of productivity.
It's very true. Very true. And we have a new building coming online too with the DeMarque. And can you tell us a bit about the history of the DeMarque in Miramar?
Yes, the DeMarque was, I believe, built early 1900s. And I was in it when it was,
Oh, wow.
oh my goodness, it was interesting. They'd have little cards that with room rates on it, $1.50 a day.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
you know,
Wow, those were
yeah.
the days.
Yeah. And it was a beautiful little place. Actually, if I'd been a multimillionaire, a gazillionaire, I would have liked to have bought it. And we
Yeah.
wanted to turn it into a little conference center.
Totally.
That didn't happen. Besides which, it was too far gone by the
Yeah.
time we saw it. But it was a beautiful building. And then behind, there was a cigar factory, which actually had been left the way
Oh, wow.
it was working. So it
Wow.
had the elevators that you pulled up with ropes.
Really?
And apparently ladies used to sit on the second floor and roll cigars. And the way it's built, the windows were such that you didn't need air conditioning. The breezes just blew in.
Wow.
So that was really
Very
pretty
unique
exciting
design.
place. It was really lovely. So it was a shame to lose it, but we're delighted to have such a beautiful building. And I think I'm pleased that the people who are building it and the city really work to try to make it not disrupt Palm Avenue. And they have not, so far, and they're almost finished the dirty part.
Yeah.
They have not held us up one bit. They haven't closed
That's
the
so
street.
great.
They haven't, they made a little noise, made a little dust. Well,
Sure. It's part of construction.
yeah, but really they have been really good neighbors.
That's wonderful to hear. And Palm Avenue is just a very important street because of its history, but the location, because right now we're on the corner of Main Street and Palm Avenue, which is arguably like what would you say, the gateway of downtown, and right across the street being Marina Jack and everything. So it's a fantastic location for walkability, the arts that you have here, the galleries, the culture too. Maybe you can speak to that. And I know you hold a lot of the different artists here and musicians that come. Is that right?
We do. This gallery was renovated 12 years ago, and it was renovated to enable us to have concerts because it's acoustically correct. That's why we have the piano. So we do have the orchestra. We've had conductors' dinners here for 70 people, catered by Michael Tanis. We've had harp concertos, or I don't know what you call them, harp concerts, poetry readings.
Right.
And Palm Avenue is a great strolling seat.
It's so
with the
beautiful.
wide sidewalks.
Oh,
And it's always been nice, but it's even nicer now because the Downtown Improvement District did all the landscaping, the flower baskets, and
they're
all
beautiful.
downtown.
and the lights too.
The lights, and a lot of people thought we would not like the lights, but I think the more light you have downtown,
Absolutely. The more
safer it is.
Safer it is.
And the more it makes you think, oh, something's happening down there.
Absolutely.
So, so we have the lights, and now people are beginning to say we should keep them year round.
I agree.
Which I agree.
I think they
so
should.
That's nice. So we they did clean the sidewalks also. When I was asking Onda how often the city did them, it was twice a year.
That's not enough.
And it clearly is not enough. I mean, even what we're doing now, I think, is not enough.
Yes.
Because my focus is clean and safe.
Yes, I love that. That's great.
If you don't have clean and safe, it doesn't matter how many beautiful things you put here.
It's so true. And you've served as the chairwoman of the DID for now how long?
Well, I was chair, I guess, for a year last year, and once before for a year, because we change annually.
Got it.
And once before I was on for a year. So I guess I don't know if I've done it twice or three times. That's the trouble with getting old. I can't remember.
But you've
like Groundhog Day.
Right. But you've definitely served our community in so many ways.
Oh, yeah, I was on the chamber.
Yeah.
I really think it's important to give back.
It is. It is very much so.
We all benefit.
We
I
really
say a
do.
lid for every pot, and I say a rising tide floats all boats.
Yes, it does.
So I don't necessarily want to promote my business, because if all the businesses around me do well,
right. We all
we'll
do
all
well.
do well.
It's so true. Well, I hope our viewers find that the lid for their pot is here in Sarasota because
I
it's so
hope
wonderful. And of course, if you're ever looking for the most beautiful rugs, you have to come here. Especially.
that's sweet. Thank
right
you
here
so much.
on Palm Avenue, absolutely.
Actually, the fact is you don't have to buy a rug if you just want to
Just
come and
in.
look. Just
Come in,
and have
say
a look.
hi to Eileen. She's amazing.
And the closer
clearly.
you are to 4:30, the closer you are to getting a glass of wine.
Yeah, I like that. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you, Eileen, for joining us and
Thank
sharing
you.
about your experience
It
here
was
in
fun.
Sarasota. It's very